Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading for the days August 9th to the 15th, Sagittarius. So if you find anything helpful in this tarot reading today, this weekly reading, be sure to let me know in the comments below, darling, which cards resonate with you and how they do, because that is how I keep up with you, Sagittarius, is through the comments, of course, right? And then also, darling, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, Saggy, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe because it does help me out a lot, Saggy, and I always appreciate it when you do that extra step for me. But remember, put this in perspective, Saggy, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe tarot cards are just here, Sagittarius, to give you some food for thought, a perspective for you to be considering, honey, but never making the choices in your life because it's your life to live, not mine. So let's just jump into your reading for today, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on with you, darling. So how are my Sagittariuses looking for this week? For August 9th to the 15th, how are my Sagittariuses looking, darlings? We have the Six of Wands, fabulous. I feel like I even started your monthly tarot reading that way as well with the Six of Wands, Sagittarius. If you haven't watched it, by the way, quick little plug in, honey. I'll leave it linked somewhere around here up at the top. I don't know where, at some point, honey. Six of Wands coming in here. I like this a lot. This is a card of victory, darling. This is a card of spotlight, right? Very much so like about public exposure, right? If you're trying to be, if your goal is trying to be famous, Sagittarius, right? Or to be seen, to have your business be seen, darling, this is what you want to be seeing. So right off the bat, I just want to be saying this is a fabulous time for you Sagittariuses. Nine of Pentacles coming in here. Fabulous time for my Sagittariuses who are self-employed or trying to have some projects come off the ground, right? Maybe you have like an Etsy store or something, Sagittarius. Maybe, you know, you're working on something. I feel like there's definitely something in the works for you, something that you have jotted down in your journal, something that maybe you've been working on for a long time, and you're just being like, oh, when do I push this out, right? When do I break out, and when do I make the final decision to commit to something, right? Because for some of you Sagittariuses, this Nine of Pentacles is going to be about just committing to doing something that you really want to do, right? That you've always wanted to do. Some of you guys Sagittarius, you may always have wanted to be like a veterinarian, right? But it's just like this, honey, the college bills, darling, and all that, and just life getting in the way. You've never made time to be a veterinarian, right? You never saw it as realistic. But now I see you like at like the point of where it's like, does Sagittarius jump, right? Take that leap of faith. Fool card coming in. I want to say I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Fool stepping forward, Sagittarius, for you. It's like, do you make this decision and do you jump, right? Whatever this is, whether this is you going back to school, taking up this job, person, whatever. It's like, do you take a leap of faith with something? And I even know from your past recent reading, Sagittarius, we had the Ace of Wands as one of your focal points because I knew something caught your eye, and now it's almost showing to me where it's like showing where Sagittarius is like, oh, do I commit to this? Do I commit to this person? Do I commit to this situation, this job, darling? Do I commit? Do I commit? Three of Wands coming in here. You're going to be getting more signs this week, Sagittarius, on the decision that you need to be making, right? Really fabulous energy to be in here, right? Three of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and Six of Wands. Fabulous energy to be in, Sagittarius. What I would be telling you guys this week, this is a week I would probably be my most daring this week, Sagittarius. And I know whenever this reading is actually technically for, it's the day right after the Lionsgate portal. And so if you're not familiar with that, what that is, Sagittarius, don't worry. I wasn't for a while either. But I suggest you to look it up. I'm not going to give a whole spiel on it in your tarot reading because that's not what most of y'all are here for. But the energy, basically, though, a lot of energy. The energy is high in the forecast, darling. But quite literally, this is going to be a very successful time for the zodiac signs, for the people, quite literally, rather, that take risks, especially during the age of Aquarius. This is just like the people that will be getting forward in life, Sagittarius, are the ones that actually do something, like choose to like change things up, not going by the same patterns and routines that other people have done, going the traditional way. The people that are going to be rewarded are the ones that are the breakout, right? It's the ones that are exuding the mad scientist energy to find their most authentic self, right? And I even know for you guys last week, or no, not last week, your monthly reading, again, not another plug for it, but I titled it as like very much so millionaire potential, millionaire energy, right? You're at the precipice, Sagittarius, of doing something really, really powerful in your life. Really, really something that would just be very impactful for you. Very much so big life decisions, right? Because I do feel as if whatever is like you guys have been just managing with or have been considering, Sagittarius, it's just very much so like pivotal for you in your life right now. Like very much so I wouldn't be surprised, Sagittarius, I guess is all I'm trying to say, is like you're probably extremely stressed right now, but it's, of all things, there'd probably be like a pretty good stress out of all things considered, even though probably some of you Sagittarius right now are just being like, girl, you want to bet? It's good stress. Queen of Swords coming in here, so definitely giving me very much so a this is what I see. I was holding all up here, like you could see, Saji. This is giving me very much so at this time, yeah, you kind of are feeling pretty reclusive. Definitely, it's funny how the Queen of Swords comes in, because the Queen of Swords is usually like a card where they are to themselves and usually just around animals. So it's funny how I brought up veterinarians. And I'm actually using a watercolor deck that has basically a bunch of animals, right? Using the Six of Cups right here. It's, is it lemurs? This is where I'm gonna look like real dumb right now, darling. Whatever this animal is, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I overall see you, Sagittarius, at this time, kind of just, you're not stressing out too much. You're not stressing out too much. Yeah, I would just say take this time to take risks. That's the main focus point that I want you to take away from this first initial spread. Don't be afraid of taking risks, Sagittarius. Don't be afraid of taking risks. So now let's get a oracle card for this. Let's get an oracle card to close off this row for my Saggies. Cow Spirit coming in here, number 6. The miracles are endless. You got this card for your monthly tarot reading, Sagittarius. I'm almost positive now. How many times can I plug my monthly tarot reading? Have you watched my monthly tarot reading, Sagittarius? But no, you got this before. Sagittarius, I don't know which one of y'all Saggies are not believing my tarot messages, darling. Which one of y'all are not being receptive to the messages that you guys are receiving, darling, where you guys are in disbelief that you have a lot of good coming towards you. But take in the message, darling. Like, you're quite literally, Sagittarius, y'all's zodiac sign is getting like the most reassurance than what most people get when it comes to like what's coming towards them, right? You guys are getting nothing but recently constant reassuring, very positive readings recently, Sagittarius. And this is coming from me, where at one point for y'all's reading, Sagittarius, y'all like for like a couple months, darling, it was like one rough reading after another for you guys. So now, Sagittarius, let's see what you don't see coming towards you this week. Let's see what you don't see coming towards you. We have the 9 of Wands coming in here. So while you're standing in your truth, while you're doing your own thing, this is a little bit ominous right now still. I do see something coming towards you while you're not even paying attention to it whatsoever. It's like you're focused on your thing and then something comes in out of left field, right? It's giving me very much so that energy. Also a little fox here. Now that I'm just talking about the animals, no relevancy to the reading. So let's expound on this. What happens with you? So we have the 6 of Pentacles coming in, 10 of Wands, ooh, and the Sun card coming in as well. So Sagittarius, I do almost feel as if there's like, Sagittarius, if there's like some unfinished business that you have with somebody, or like maybe you guys just ended on like a bad note, right? Or some things left unsaid. There's some like unfinished business, things left unsaid. I do feel as if like a conversation is going to be coming in kind of out of left field. It's probably going to take you off guard a little bit, because usually with the 9 of Wands, you kind of just focus in with yourself, right? Queen of Swords shares that same message where or the same energy rather, in that Sagittarius, like you're kind of just reclusing. You're just to yourself, minding your own business, darling, because it's free 99 to mind your business, right? 9 of Wands, you're just standing in your truth. Sun card, 10 of Wands coming in with the 6 of Pentacles. I can't help but feel like there's like something, a problem or something that's been weighing heavy on somebody else, Sagittarius, that they want to communicate to you, right? And they haven't communicated it to you in some time, and they want to bring light to the situation is something that I'm getting, right? And the reason why it's catching you off guard is because I don't feel like they've talked about this before. I feel like this is one of those things of being like, why didn't you say something before this? It got to this point. Stuff like that, Sagittarius, right? Does that make sense? I do feel as if some type of conversation is going to be had, right? Something's kind of coming out of left field for you. So take that as you will, Sagittarius. Now I want to get into a little bit on what is in the works for you. What good things are in the works for my Sagittarius? Because while we have all those things, like all those positive cards, I feel almost as if we need a little bit more clarity on this. So I want to just pull like a card or two more for this. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card coming in here. All right, this makes sense. So Sagittarius, the reason why you guys are just kind of been like a little bit like, all right, Velka, you keep on saying in these readings, darling, like millionaire energy where, honey, right? Wheel of Fortune, Temperance card. This is quite literally a message of where it's just like, be patient because the Wheel of Fortune is, the wheels are turning in your favor right now. But it's a build-up process, and something I want to just remind people anyway, Sagittarius, where it's like tarot readings are only tapping into energy. We are only talking about what is in the works right now in your current trajectory of life, right? We're just tapping into this energy of how things could be panning out for you. And so one of those things is like, it's a lot easier to receive the message and be like, all right, I like this good news. Let me receive it now, honey. Give it to me now. You want it now. But, you know, things still have to manifest. Things have to be set up for you to receive the goodness, right? But you literally have the Wheel of Fortune as well from your reading before, Sagittarius. I really do strongly, like, again with the self promo, but it's like I was not nearly as obnoxious with any of the other signs, Sagittarius, this week, because like it's really just yours that's really correlating so perfectly with your monthly tarot reading, and I wasn't using it's just, yeah, it's just crazy. So I really feel like a lot of you guys would resonate with the August one as well. Naturally, because this is in your August reading, so why wouldn't you resonate with it? But let's get into some spirit guide advice, some spirit guide messages for you this week, Sagittarius. What advice do you have from your spirit guides? What advice do your spirit guides have for you, rather, Sagittarius, for August 9th to the 15th? Let's see here. We have the Page of Pentacles coming in here. All right. With the Eight of Swords coming in. Okay. With the Page of Wands. Pages on pages on pages. So right now, Sagittarius, you guys are feeling pretty, like, it's weird to me though, because it's like, I know with y'all, like, maybe it's just so easy for me to see just because one, it's tarot cards and just the energy of it all. But I guess it's showing to me the reality for you guys right now, Sagittarius, is you guys are feeling stuck on some level or pretty trapped. It feels almost as if your hands are tied in a situation and you just kind of don't know how to maneuver. And that leads to me why you are having this sense of indecision as well from before coming in for you, Sagittarius. Now, let me see here. Really, the thing I want to just be telling you, Saggy, is like, you're getting nothing but very extremely positive cards when we're talking about new things, right? And so it does seem to be like the main focus point for you, where it's just like, of course, right now, things don't look very promising, Sagittarius, but that's just because you're not looking for what's in the future. You're not looking at the bigger picture on things, because what you're currently surrounded by is not what's going to be accompanying you in 6 months from now, in a year from now, because your story gets so much better. You have the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, darling, Sagittarius. You just have to be patient at this time, right? Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. This is quite, again, really just reinforces the sense of just like I don't feel as if like you guys will be making the same money that you were making last year. Like you're not receiving it in the same way that you're going to be making it before the end of this year, right? I say this just because it's like, this obviously is just not going to be lottery money that you just win one week and then you don't get any more. Like I do feel like this is all in terms of like longevity and like where you're going to be going for the rest of your life, because I do get a little bit of sense of like, I like to say like quarter life crisis if you're like 25 or something, or midlife crisis is quarter life crisis, midlife crisis. You're having some type of crisis right now, self-identity crisis, I feel, Sagittarius, or just mainly just this overall stress and being like, you don't know what it is you're going to do or how you're going to have your story get so much better, Sagittarius. And I feel like that's like the main stressing point for you. So yeah, let's get a moon card. I really do see you guys, like, Sagittarius, like once all is said and done, like in a few months from now, like you're gonna be looking back and be like, man, why was I even stressing, right? And you're not gonna expect it. Like I can't hold you against this at all, Sagittarius, because naturally it just seems like all like a bunch of new things in the works, right? So it's like none of this seems to be panning or like branching off of stuff that you already have invested into. Full moon in Capricorn, a tough cycle is ending. An ending of a tough cycle approaches. So come on, Sagittarius, like your struggle period is just about over. I know you guys have been struggling. I know some of you guys had just been a little bit of just losing hope, losing faith in where your life is going, what it is that you're accomplishing in your life right now. But your story gets so much better. I promise you. You just have to be patient at this time and just focus on new things, right? If life looks hopeless to you right now, Sagittarius, like, that's just because you're looking at like the things in your life currently that are what's providing you or lack of providing you, right? You need to just be focusing in on like what new things you can bring into your life rather than trying to improve what's already there. Does that make sense, Saggy? So yeah, darling. Now, Sagittarius, before we close out this reading for you, darling, I do want to get a little bit of, I just feel drawn to do like a social read for you guys. I didn't do it for any of the other fire signs, but I do, something just kind of like nudged me and be like, I'll tap into like, for myself. And this may not resonate with everybody because especially with how this is, it may just be for like a specific few, Saggy. But I want to do a social dynamic of how someone's feeling for you. So Sagittarius, if you are here to receive the message of how someone's feeling for you, because I just felt the need to get someone's perspective, to give perspective, Saggy, for some of y'all. 7 of Cups coming in with the Strength card and the Devil card in the reverse. So someone right now, Sagittarius, is in your life and probably has to deal with like that 9 of Wands that we're talking about before, coming in out of left field with the issue. This person right now is feeling like extremely lost in how to handle the situation, very confused, very much so. It's giving me the sense of very much so hot and then cold, but not in the fabulous way, darling. Very much so being like, on some senses, they can like see your side of things, Sagittarius, and be like, all right, well, I can choose to just like still be in this. But there's this other side to them, Sagittarius, where they're kind of like, it's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door, where they're kind of like in both ways, kind of like wishy-washy and just not quite sure how to what to do with you, Sagittarius, or how to handle this connection with you. So I'm just getting very wishy-washy energy. Probably might be related to what we were talking about, someone coming in out of left field to talk about a problem, because this is very reminiscent of that. But yeah, someone doesn't know how to, and could be, you know, even with the 7 of Cups here, I feel as if they're just not getting a clear perception of what's going on with you, Sagittarius, especially with that Queen of Swords that we had for you. You're kind of just to yourself, so maybe they're just taking this in a little bit more of a personal way. But yeah, that's the reading that I have for you, Sagittarius, for all those that it resonated with. Hopefully you found this reading helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, darling. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Sagittarius, my website is linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all just being SimplyVelca. But until next time, Sagittarius, I love you so much. Make sure you make a wish on the lucky 1111 rose quartz stone, darling, and I will talk to you, Sagittarius, in the near future. Bye, Saggy.